Dokter and Misses creates bespoke products and furniture pieces that are conceptually smart. Their new cabinets, which form part of the holiday range, allow you to choose your finish, your color, and your pattern option, because the idea is that change is as good as a holiday.
So our company is based on the idea of bringing two-dimensionality and three-dimensionality together in a product. So our product's usually quite graphically strong. It comes from me being an industrial designer and Katie being a graphic designer, and those two worlds kind of colliding in Dokter and Misses and becoming one. So products start off in different ways for us. Usually it comes from an idea that's triggered by a new material, a new production process, or a sculptural form, or something we've seen in architecture and art or something like that. The holiday range specifically started from a new way of constructing cabinets. We used a combination of steel and wooden planks to create the structure. It's all based on laser cut mild steel parts that are then pulled together all the wooden panels, and that creates the cabinet and the cabinetry. And the other part of this whole range is that it's customizable. You can change things as you'd like. You know, it's just change is as good as a holiday. You make it to suit your interior. You can choose from different patterns. We designed 6 different patterns to go onto the cabinets. You can choose different colorways. It could be like sort of monotone color block, a solid green, a solid red, or a combination of birch ply and steel with any different colors. So ultimately it started from one small cabinet, grew into a range of whole different cabinets and different configurations, and you can customize it and order it as whatever you want.
With their products ranging from recycled glass to wood and steel, finding new material is an exciting part of the creative process.
The holiday range started off with the idea of looking at a new way of construction and using a new material to create a sort of a different look for a cabinet. So how it usually starts out, I come up with an idea, then the next point would be to try and think about what material to use. With the holiday cabinet, we found this colored MDF board, and that was like a wow moment. Like, cool, this is a way to create this really solid, monotone looking cabinets. And then we also said, you know what, we need to add some pattern to these things, because we always add pattern. After we got this idea of what it could be and the base materials and the idea that we have to add graphics to it, we get down to the nitty-gritties. That's like understanding, cool, we're going to make a bedside table, we're going to make a low unit, we're going to make like a console or a display cabinet, and those things get defined. And then we sit down, me and Dawn and Katie, and we conceptualize and say, okay, cool, we're going to have like, this is roughly the sizes, the shapes, and after that we get into the engineering process. We use all the different parts of our factory to make this. We've got the steel working part, that's where the welding happens, and the grinding and kind of like a hard, noisy part of the factory. That's used to make the metal parts that connect the whole cabinetry. Then we've got the wooden panels, that gets CNC'd. And then once it gets CNC'd, we sand it, seal it, and get that ready for assembly. Then that moves into our assembly section of the factory, and that's where everything gets put together. And once it's together, we get it quality controlled and tested. And from there it goes to packaging and then moves out of the factory.
The ability to customize these cabinets through different colors, patterns, and finishes allows for the flexibility of the furniture piece, and being able to choose your own style means that it will fit perfectly into your interior.
Our design pieces sit in an array of different interiors. What kind of binds them together is that it is people that's a little bit daring. I mean, our pieces are usually bold, colorful patterns on them, like sculptural shapes. So it is sort of focused pieces that you can put in your interior. It ranges from modern interiors where they want like a pop of color, you know. So it's got to do with the idea of expressing yourself through our pieces. And I think that, our piece is also designed to stand alone and stand a test of time, hopefully, and something you can hand over to your kids, or it stays in the interior, stays in the conversation. It should be able to go with you and move with you, and that's the way also we approach environmental consciousness, is to make something that is not designed to break. It's designed to be staying with you, and it's got design integrity that can last a lifetime.